So last week we were talking, Margaret and I were talking about who was going to do the stewardship testimonial. And I pointed out she hadn't done one, and she pointed out that I hadn't done one in years. So she won. So I'm doing mine. So in my family growing up, we didn't talk about money. We didn't talk about it. It was actually would be easier to talk about sex at the dinner table than to talk about money. And my mother's family, they were all civil servants for several generations past, and they all had made the very safe decision of working for the government in order to never have sort of money being an issue. And my father's family, they never talked about money because my father's parents were slumlords in California, and they never talked about money because they were embarrassed about how they came by it. So it was never a topic in our house. And then when my wife and I got married, we came from two families that had very different values about money. And I thought it was impossible to talk about it. And so we didn't. And it caused all sorts of fights in our family. So we knew that was something we had to change. And so I worked on it really hard. I did these church-based activities like write an autobiography of my family's dealings with money. And we did a budgeting class here at Grace Church, a faith-based budgeting class, which I know a number of you did as we did that a couple years ago. And that was really helpful for us as well. We began to talk about money as a family. And Scripture tells us, Jesus says that, where your treasure is, your heart is also. And we're in the values business, so us getting sort of right with money is just really, really important to us. And we still struggle to talk about it and to figure out how our values are expressed in how we spend, how we save, and how we give our money. And this year we were talking about our pledge to Grace Church and our pledge to her parish, Christ Church, Waltham. And see, in order to deal with our family dynamics, everything we give to one church, we mirror to the other church. So if we make a pledge here, we make exactly the same pledge there. If we make a capital campaign pledge here, we make exactly the same capital campaign pledge there. So we have to do everything so it always is equitable in that way. But we began to talk about what was the value of church in our lives, just in a concrete way. Not in a sort of a spiritual way, it's good to give, sacrificial way. But what is it compared to other activities in our life, like going out to dinner as a family, or activities we send our kids on, or family vacations? And we realized that we weren't giving enough. Just compared to how we value other things in our lives. Just how we use the church for a place for our family to gather and to be together. And so we realized that even though right now our second largest living expense after our mortgage is our giving to the church, we now give 3 to 4 times our car payment each month to our 2 respective churches. That actually didn't even match the way that we spend money on other things. And so we're gonna work on increasing our pledge this year. And we're doing that because this scripture means so much to us. Where our treasure is, our heart will be also. And that we as a family want to say, our life with God, our life in community, that's the most important thing. That's the most important And it's a constant conversation we're always involved in, but it's something I'm happy to do, something my wife's happy to do. And you know, we look out at both this parish and her parish in Waltham, we know that not everyone's on equal ground. Both of our churches know great socioeconomic diversity. And us being able to stretch to make a difference in our giving allows us all to be together. And so that's why we make it such a priority in our life, so that we all can do this together, living our life with God in this way. So join me this year in your pledging, filling out your yellow card or making it online. Join us in making a commitment to your church. Thank you.